This is Donna.
And this is TJ.
We're the Hills.
And this is
Dinner.
and a Marriage. Okie dokie.
So not synced, but whatever.
No, it was totally awful. It was the worst stuff ever.
Welcome.
Welcome back.
Feels like it's been forever.
It's been a minute. It's been a long minute.
We've had a lot going on.
Yes.
So we have big announcements, but first, shop talk, right?
Yes. Shop your talk.
Shop my talk. We should have a little theme song. Shop talk, shop talk. Let's do a little shop talk with Donna.
There you go. All we have to do is loop and dupe that, and you're good to go.
Shop talk, shop talk. Let's have a little shop talk with Donna. Okay. Like, follow, subscribe to Dinner and a Marriage on our YouTube. And then on anywhere you find podcasts, we are podcasting and vodcasting. In our bio of anything you watch, all of our socials are on there through our link tree. And what else? Anything else?
No, but
What
when
else
you do
do our
your little
shop talk
singy
about?
thing like that, it reminds me of Annie,
Annie? How?
the movie Annie,
I know the movie. I knew
Yeah.
what you meant, but how?
just because.
Just because.
It's like one of the only musicals that I think that I've made it all the way through the movie when I was younger.
that and cartoon ones. Like
Well,
Shrek.
whatever. Those are still not. No, they don't consider that a musical, but
It's not a musical?
oh, whatever. I don't know. It could be.
Beg to differ, my friend.
Might be
Beg
so.
to
Might be
differ.
so.
Sorry, I'm looking through my papers.
Don't act like you have legit notes.
I do.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Cool. Let's get into it.
All right. So we do have a big announcement, but before we start that, we need to clarify something.
Oh.
And I needed to make sure, I had to go back after a discussion that I had with my beautiful wife here, make sure that I was not, sending out misinformation.
Oh, right.
And I was a little bit troubled by it, but we had the discussion a few episodes ago about the shrinking of taints.
Taints are shrinking.
And I
So?
did not realize that my lovely wife took it as
My taint
that
was
she
shrinking.
thought her taint was shrinking.
I thought.
Like, it's just a phenomenon now that, like, as you grow, your taint shrinks.
Right. That's what I was thinking it was. Like, okay, so as you age, your taint's shrinking
Oh my
and your
gosh.
penis is getting longer.
Okay, so I
Right?
have information on that too.
But we were walking the dog, and I said, how did they, compare it? Like, do they measure it when they're this age and then measure it later on? And he goes, what are you talking about? I'm like, the taints.
Yep, unfortunately, I don't really know. I have not measured mine.
But he was like, no, new people.
Yes, the newer generation. So, to clarify, it is mostly in men,
Okay.
and they say that the distance between your no-no and your oh-no has to do with fertility. And the newer generation of
Oh.
boys that are coming along, their taints are smaller. And they're saying that they're less fertile, and it has to do with climate change
Okay.
and plastics,
Plastics.
because of all the bad stuff that people have been putting in their bodies over the years because of all the plastic products. I've searched the internet.
So
Not,
the
not saying the
further
internet doesn't
away
lie.
your no-no, oh no, your oh-no is from your
Hoo-ha.
dingleberries,
Yes.
the more fertile you are.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
The greater the distance from the tainted area. Well, no, that is, whatever. All I know is that we can now tell the people that you are safe from becoming a one-hole wonder.
Yes. We are safe because we're the older generation and not the
But
newer.
because of, this is why I had to go back, and now I have to retell everybody. Like, there's probably a lot of people out there that were like, yes. And I never thought when I was telling you, like, oh, my penis is getting bigger. 'Cause I mean, I had that scare that one time. Remember?
No.
I gained a little weight. I thought it was getting smaller. It's just I
Oh
couldn't
my
see as much of it
goodness.
because of
Wow.
my weight gain.
Your overlap. You're done. What's that called?
The Dunlap.
The Dunlap.
I-
Didn't your dad Art always tell you, as long as you can see it, you're all good?
Yeah, but you should still be able to see the whole thing. I don't care what anybody says.
Okay. That's pretty funny.
That's the base of my theory. But
all right.
bump.
I got it. The
But,
base.
I guess also due to everything that's going on in the world with having to do with climate and plastics, they're saying that all of the, and I now say newer generations, the penises are unfortunately getting smaller.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you
so
researched it.
I was wrong on that. They're not getting longer; they're getting smaller.
Because well, that doesn't make sense. So their penises are getting smaller and their taints?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. I was going to
So
say.
less penile and less fertility.
And that you think that people with longer penises are more fertile?
No, people. I don't know because I'm not a doctor.
Well, I
but
thought you
from
did the research.
the
So I was
studies
asking.
and whatever. No, it's not. That has nothing to do with fertility.
But
Having the
taint
smaller
did.
taint
Interesting.
makes you less fertile, supposedly.
This is a lot of tainted information. Lots of tainted information.
I'm just really glad to clarify to you that you don't have to worry about like the areas morphing.
Yeah. Mine should stay the same size, is basically what we're getting at. Okay. Good to know.
And you're a girl, so you shouldn't have that problem.
Oh, it's only in men?
From the research from the reading that I did not do a deep dive. I was like, if I waste too much brain activity on this subject, like that's just wrong anyways.
Oh my gosh. So, in case you're not watching on the video, just to switch subjects here real quick, I did get Invisalign, so I do have some slurring. Sorry about that.
And she drinks a lot of vodka.
Oh my gosh, I don't.
No.
But so it's a learning curve for me to talk. So, in case you hear that, that's what that is.
I'm petting the dog.
Oh, I'm like, what's
He's like,
happening?
oh, I'll just be down here now instead of up on the cameras, which is cool.
Oh, he's under the table?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool beans. All right. What else? Anything else about the tainted subject?
No, I think that was enough clarification.
Yeah, that was awesome, though. The look he gave me when we were walking was like, what? You seriously
Yes.
thought I was talking about your taint? I'm like, well, no, not mine specific, but I just thought people were, as they were aging, like, that's it. Thank you for the clarification, dear.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. All right.
So, now, the announcement.
Drum roll, please.
Wow, that's probably awful audio. Somebody's like, thank you. He stopped quickly.
Oh. Ding.
Yeah. So we are now finally moving away from the state of Washington
Yay.
and moving to Arizona.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Yes, we are moving to the White Mountains. Arizona White Mountains.
Yep. It'll
Gonna
be fantastic.
Amazing. Yep.
I'm going to put all my skills together, go build a house.
So we'll probably have 1 or 2 more episodes, depending, of the podcast here in Washington, and then it'll all be in Arizona.
Yep.
Sweet. And we'll
And
have so much more content because we're building a house. Everything's changing. We'll be getting animals and
our
lots of
place is going to be
lots of things.
fully off grid.
Yep.
And anybody that's interested in anything like that can watch our journey. The thing that I'm excited about, I love the podcast, but I'm very, very excited to start the Hills on Wheels actual video for YouTube. I'm going to document everything. It's going to be flippin' awesome.
Yeah, and that'll all be in our link tree as well. And I'm sure when we have podcasts, we'll mention, hey, there's a new video up. And I feel like we're probably going to be videoing all the time because, everything is content. Everything is content.
And I did not realize until today that my wife was going to become a singer.
Yep. Which is funny because you're the singer.
Because I used to be a singer.
You're still a singer.
No, I'm not.
Oh my, he is.
I am now Builder Bob.
He will be Builder Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder. It's going to be fantastic.
Just call me
I'm
Bob.
gonna morph myself somehow into Bob the Builder and Dora the Explorer.
I don't want to be Dora.
What?
I don't.
Well, whatever. We're going to go on a fantastic adventure.
Yes.
Or it'll be more like
Just-
Coolio, The Fantastic Voyage. Come along and ride on the fantastic slide.
Slippity slide. And Goons is probably gonna be so freaked out, like all of this is mine. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it'll be a new area.
Yeah.
He'll be dirty all the time. It'll be fantastic.
Yes. It's gonna be amazing. So yeah, it'll be super fun. I'm gonna miss some peeps out here, especially our older kids and our grandbaby, but obviously we'll be having them visit, so it'll be all right.
Yep.
Lots of video time because they can always watch this and see us.
This is very true.
And then lots of FaceTime or video. Sorry, the dog's shaking the table.
Okay, so since we're talking about our new adventure that we're going to go on and that we've got, lots of stuff to do and moving and getting away from,
I thought you said boobing. Boobing. We're boobing.
I mean,
What is boobing?
I don't know, but I could turn it into a sport. Ah.
Huh.
So, no, but I was at work the other day. I realized my greatest fear.
Uh-oh. What is it?
Dying in a porta potty.
Oh, did we talk about that already?
No, we've had some porta potty talk, but I mean, I legit the other day was like, I was driving down the road on one of our jobs, and I saw a fellow employee
Yeah.
come out of a porta potty,
Yeah.
and this car, like, people just suck at driving, and they were, I mean, the lanes and everything are tight, but I mean, they hit a cone like 10 feet by the porta potty. Like, the cone flew and hit the dude in the feet when he came out. And I was like, what in the world?
Ah, yeah, scary. At least he was coming out, so he didn't shit himself.
He should have stayed in there if he was going to do that, babe. He had that
Saying
backwards.
It was already done, so
But do you know it was really that?
no.
Maybe he didn't know, and then
just
that
being
caused him to
funny.
do that, and he was like, damn it, I should have stayed in there.
Wow, I just thought it was funny.
When I was about 19 or 20, I was over at the Gorge,
Mm-hmm.
and
Those of you that don't know, that's like a music venue.
yes, and went and saw a concert, and this was back in the day when you could go there and like full-blown party hardy, and they had a campground area that they had since, like, most people nowadays can't go and experience all of that because there was lots and lots of drugs and alcohol and
You don't think
bonfires
they do
and
that
crazy
now?
stuff. Oh no, they shut it down because the place got ridiculous.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
can't do
full
the
blown
gorge
Western.
anymore?
No, you can go there. Just the campground for the place is nothing like it used to be in the early
Oh,
90s
okay.
and early 2000s. Like the place was crazy. But I saw a really, really, I don't know, the guy was high on something or really drunk, but he was all crazy and ran through and tipped over like 6 of the porta
Oh my
potties
gosh.
all in a row, like 1, 2, like bump, 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 bump. And then you heard like all this commotion
Well,
and people
yeah.
screaming, and
Yeah.
he pushed them all so they were door down.
Oh no.
And then people came over and started rolling the things over so that people could get out. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my gosh. That had to be shitty.
Really?
I'm sorry I had to.
Those people were all blue. No.
What?
Imagine
Oh,
having fun. Maybe you've had a
baba-dee,
few beers,
baba-doo-da,
whatever. You go into the porta
dee-ba,
potty. Next thing you
I'm
know,
blue,
somebody tipped it over.
baba-dee-da.
It's not cool, dude. They had these like outdoor shower things there, though. So,
Yeah.
but never, no, dude.
For
You're
those
like,
of you who don't know, they put the blue stuff in there for what is it, to break stuff down?
and so that it doesn't smell as bad.
Oh, okay.
But that stuff is not anything
So
that
they
you
had
want
like
to like get on you, dude. You come
blue
out
and
looking like
poo
a
on
freaking
them.
Smurf.
Blue poo. Oh gosh. That reminds me though, or remember what happened to you at the gorge? You have to tell that story.
When I got my nose broken?
Yeah.
Oh, um, so I
Same
won't.
time or different time?
No, this is a different time. Because when I went and saw um, that happen, I went and saw Tool. But when I got my nose broke, I actually got my nose broken during Deftones,
Okay.
and they were playing 7 Words,
Okay.
and I was standing there, and it was summertime, and I had a backpack with me. I had stuff in it, and I was just standing like on the outside edge of the mosh pit, and I had my thumbs like in the straps, just standing there like on the back edge, and waited for 7 Words to come on, and because the whole time I'd been like moshing and
But you
got
really
like
like
rolled
that
forward and
song?
went all the way to the front, and I went and I was standing in the back on purpose so I could watch this song because I was like, I want to see it.
Okay.
And
So
yeah,
you clearly like that song.
oh yeah, no, for sure.
Okay.
And well, Deftones is like still to today like one of my favorite bands. And but I was standing there, and I thought I heard somebody say my name, and I just turned my head, and when I looked back forward, this dude had been getting like he was crowd surfing, and they chucked him, and the back of his head hit me right in the face, knocked me out, broke my nose. I woke up in one of those medical tents, and this dude's like, bro, your nose is broken, bro. Like a total bro guy. And I was like, what in the world? And then I was like, where's my stuff? And then he's like, my backpack was over on this chair. And then he was pretty much like, help me get the bleeding stopped. And then he was like, you need to go to the hospital. And then I just left.
Oh my gosh. Didn't it something else happen? Like you drove home or
Oh yeah, no, I left there, and then I wanted somebody to drive me home, and nobody would. And then I was all mad, and then I got in my truck and left. And then um, I there was like 3 people that rode with me. I left them there, and then I drove for I don't know 3 or 4 hours, and then I couldn't drive anymore. And I was getting really tired, and I pulled over on the side of the road, and then I fell asleep, and then I woke up, and then I drove home, and then I went to the hospital, and then they checked me out, and they were like, "Dude, you have a concussion," and like I was all jacked up.
oh my gosh. It's amazing
And
that
then
you
they were like,
slept. You're not
"You
supposed
should
to
have
do
never
that.
gone to sleep." Like,
I was tired though.
they're like, "Well, that's why you also got
Well,
tired."
it's a good thing you
But
left those good people there because what buttholes that they wouldn't take you home. Like,
everybody wanted a party.
I get that, but You had a broken nose and clearly a concussion.
Oh yeah, but that's why I still have this bump.
Can't really see it.
No,
Yeah, good for you.
it's pretty
I
cool
broke
though.
my nose in high school. Similar, not as cool, but similar. Like I looked to the side and then looked back and tennis racket right to the face.
Oh, that sucks.
And I like fell to my knees because I was like, whoa. But I didn't get knocked out like you did.
Oh no, I was toast. Like, bam.
But yeah, I had blood all over me. And to make things worse, I was in the 90s. I don't know if they do this anymore. Oh, no, they do because I remember Gabriel did too. You have a PE uniform, but our PE uniforms were like polyester short shorts and little t shirts or tank tops, depending. And the coach, the PE coach, walked me through school campus, blood all over my PE uniform, in my PE uniform, to the nurse. That was the most embarrassing part of it. Being seen in my PE uniform by everybody at school with a bloody nose and blood everywhere.
Yeah.
But I
See,
was
I
a
don't know.
girl and I was
Girls
like,
are like that. I don't know.
yeah.
Most guys would have just been upset that they were all having to be that they were jacked up.
You know, I was more upset about that. And but yeah, my parents took me to the hospital and I had to have because I had a deviated septum, I had to have my nose fixed.
Hmm.
But I still have a little scar right there.
No, I have a bump, and I probably should have my nose drilled out or something, because that's why I always have one stuffy side of my nose.
Hmm.
I had to relearn how to scream once that happened to me.
Oh, for singing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crazy. Yeah, but that's why I always say like Chloe's my little dupe, but she has my old nose. If you see pictures of Chloe, she looks just like me when I was her age, but she has my old nose.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool beans. I don't recommend a nose job to anyone. So
Unless you want
they
to
are
go
awful.
get one.
No, they're awful. Don't do it. So painful. Horrible. Horrible, horrible. Like I'd rather give birth than have a nose job.
Hmm.
Just saying.
I'm gonna say that. Well, I've never had a nose job, but yeah,
And
I
you've
I would
also
rather get
never
a
given
broken
birth.
nose than have to give birth.
Yeah, well, you've never had either, so you
When you
can't
see me make a
can't
weird
contest to
face
that.
later, and you're like, "Why did you look at me like that?" It's because I'm messing with a dog under the table.
I'm just like, why is his hands moving all
Because
around?
the dog will not leave me alone.
He's like, Dad,
And
Dad.
then he bit me. That's why I went.
Oh, see the scratch on his arm? Well, you can't see it on the
can't see it.
podcast.
It's not that
Oh
bad.
gosh,
Why'd you poke it?
I didn't mean to, but Gunner got his nails cut today, and for some reason he kind of flipped out. Yeah, it's the last time he'll get his nails cut, and we had the best nail lady. Hopefully, we can find someone when we move, because
Oh,
she
we
was
will.
awesome.
Oh, we will.
We will. It'll probably be us.
We'll have to get him one of those
Satchel things.
swingy slings.
Yeah, we can hold them up like.
No, they can't do anything with their feet.
Have you seen the ones where people cut out the bag, like the IKEA bag?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need to do that for him, and then he's gonna be like, "I hate you," but whatever.
It's so weird because it's not like he gets hurt. He just cannot stand anyone. It's mostly just his dew claws.
Yeah, he broke one a long time ago on his own, doing something,
I think
being
you
a
should
dog.
trade me headphones. Maybe do we have different headphones on?
Why?
I don't know. Is this the same one I usually wear?
Yep.
Oh. I'm not hearing the same as I normally do.
See, I was telling you, I thought it sounded weird.
Huh. Maybe we should play it back and check.
Oh no! We've put a lot of time and effort into this.
Oh.
We will not just stop it and start over.
We'll make it work. So talking about you think you're gonna die in a porta potty because you've seen that.
No, I said that's the way that I don't want to die. I have a
Oh.
big fear of it. I don't think I'm going to die in a porta potty.
Huh.
Like, what was that movie where all those people die by all that weird stuff?
Final Destination.
Yes. No, that is not my final destination. Is the
Well,
portolet?
I thought that's what you said because I was thinking I always feel like I'm gonna die from choking, like the dumbest thing, like choking on my own spit, or because it's inevitable. I'm choking all the time. Seriously,
I know, but you're not
it's
gonna.
so dumb. I'll be
No.
like, oh god, I'm all alone and I can't breathe. It's like in my car, I'm choking. So
Mm,
yeah,
no,
that's
if
my. Is that? I wonder if we should look that up
I believe if
statistically.
I don't die from natural causes, it's gonna be from building something,
Yeah,
falling off of it,
falling
or
or
run myself
you have
over
a
with my
harness,
tractor.
right? Do
Yeah,
you? Are you lying to me?
no. But I will say this. So other than the leading edge, right? The other thing, because we're gonna do that cool thing with our roof. I'm not gonna give it away. I'm not gonna say the word because I know everybody will look it up and then whatever. But it's also rated for safety falling. All that
Oh, okay.
banding and everything.
Okay.
So there is that also. But yes, I have a harness, and I will wear my harness when I'm on the roof.
So when we move, well, not in our new place, not when we move, but at our new place, um, TJ's going to be building everything pretty much on his own. I mean, I'm going to help as much as I can, but I'm also going to have a job. But that his main job is going to be to build the house, get, all the property going, and take care of the animals while I'm at work. And yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm a little worried that he's going to be doing something but I mean, I know once the building's up for the house, then it shouldn't be I wouldn't worry as much at that point.
Except for that I'm gonna do all the electrical on my own. I could blow myself up.
Oh my gosh, really? That's what you're going to say to me?
Well, no, I mean there's a chance.
Wow. I said I would do the electric. I'm pretty good at electric. I don't want to do plumbing.
Hmm. Putting in an outlet, changing out a switch is much different than actually like
I ran the
running
electric at
all the
the
wires
sugar
to the
house.
box and whatever.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. I'm not gonna blow myself up. When I do all of that anyways, it's all gonna be plugged in the correct way. And it'll all be completely done and it will be like
Ooh,
once
the
everything's all
dog.
finished, we'll do the
Oh my
flip of the
gosh.
switch.
Literally find the smallest place to try to go
That's what he
through.
kept trying to do to me.
Holy moly. What the world are you doing, man? Come up here.
But yeah, that'll be
Come on.
pretty cool. But no, I
Come
could
on.
fall off my tractor and run myself over.
Wow, stop giving me all these things.
Oh my gosh. I could just not wake up one day.
Okay, that's enough.
Oh wow.
Come on.
Huh.
There you
All
go.
right. Well,
Dog's
now that
gonna
you're
open the
scared of the
window.
world, all I was saying is I
I'm
didn't
not
want to
scared of the
die in a
world.
porta
I
potty.
just don't want. I just don't want to be at work thinking like, oh man.
Well, it was like one of those things sitting there thinking about it when I saw that guy. I'm like, what if you were just in there, sitting down, minding your own business, and then all of a sudden got taken out by a car? Like rogue school bus. Like
Yeah,
bam.
that's awful.
You turned into poop soup.
Yeah. Blue soup.
Yeah.
I'm blue, baba dee
Extended
da
blue goo.
doo, baba dee da.
Not
Blue,
good.
baba dee da. I'm blue.
Whoa.
Do you know that song?
No, but why is what is with the whole musical today?
I don't know.
You're very singy.
I'm very sing. You sang too.
Oh, it's because it's a rub off.
That's huh.
Ah!
Wow.
You made
That's
that
what
a
he
little bit
said.
weird.
Oh, pretty funny.
Mm.
So yeah, we do have a list of things we still need to do. Luckily, we are in the RV, so a little bit easier to tighten things up and head on out of here. But
Yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of stuff to do, but it's not
Yeah.
that bad.
Still have you have a full week of work left almost.
4 days.
Yep, and I have 3.
It's gonna be fantastic.
Yes, it's going to be an adventure.
But I'm thinking, oh, we're gonna try to have everything not be weird so that we don't miss anything before. No, I don't. No,
Yeah.
I don't. There won't be a Hills on Wheels video until we're there. Like,
Oh yeah, there won't probably not. I mean, we'll do a ton of video. I mean, we could try to do a live from one of our other socials like Facebook or Instagram.
well, no, I think that it'd be cool to do the pre thing and some other stuff, right? Like a pre video
Yeah.
of hey, we're here and we're going, but that won't be able to come out until we get there because
We're still waiting on our Starlink, so that's part of it too.
yes, so
So yeah. Gotta get internet to do the things. Right?
yes.
What are other cool ways to die? Now that we're talking about that.
I would say that's not a cool one. Why do you want to go into like other worse
How would you
ones?
want to die?
I think that the chosen way, if you've lived a good life and everything, is to just go to sleep and not wake up. Like, straight up. There was a
No pain.
uh, guy at my parents' church that I always thought was a pretty cool dude. And that is how he went.
Hmm.
He told his wife one day that he really thought he needed to take a nap. He went and took a nap and he didn't wake up.
Sad. And he had no medical issues at
Yep.
all?
He was just older
Oh,
and
perfect.
yep. Oh, I think he was about 10 years older than my parents.
Pretty sure that's how my parents told me my grandpa passed away, but I don't know 100%.
Yeah. I don't know. If it's not going to be that, I just
Make it past.
want it to, yeah, to be falling off something and just instant like bam.
Yeah, I don't want to suffer.
I don't want to get eaten by anything.
And I
I
don't
think
want
that
to
would
see
suck.
you suffer
No.
or have to go through that like take care of me thing. I don't want that.
Oh no. But
I
I
mean, I
mean, we'll be in
know,
Arizona. If something weird like that happened, I would just hope that you would like put me in a wheelchair and haul me over to the Grand Canyon and
but I wouldn't.
peace.
I was talking to someone at work, and she was saying she's been taking care of her mother-in-law, but she's at that point that she really needs like care, like nursing care, but she's refusing. And she's like, "You don't love me. You just want to send me away." And it's not that, it's that she's like, "I can't lift her. Like if she falls down, or she did recently, and she like had to call someone else to
Hmm.
help, like things like that. I wouldn't want to have to burden someone with that." And it's sad that she said it's kind of a dementia thing that at that age, having that and not realizing they're not trying to send me away, they just can't do all of this on their own, you know?
That point, if you know how to
So
drive the tractor,
I'm not doing that.
you can have a pre-dug hole.
Oh my gosh, it's not happening. Stop.
Whatever. Just saying.
Wow, it's not.
I wouldn't want to be
And what would you
a
do for
huge
me?
have a pre-dug hole.
No,
But I don't know.
you already know this.
Yes, there would be a pre-dug hole, but you'd be on morphine first. You'd be good. You wouldn't even know. That's all you care about, morphine.
Like, if I am incapable of doing whatever, just put me in a happy state. That's all. Like in a no pain state. That's what I want until I pass away.
Oh, how long do you want that to be?
Till I pass away.
Yeah. Would you want to be like that for 6 months?
Well, what are you gonna do? Put a gun to my head?
No, but I don't know. I'm just saying. Like, I don't know. I want to.
Is this very morbid.
Yeah, I don't know. This is awful. This makes me sad because I don't know. I think that there's certain things like with illnesses and cancers and whatever that people need some medication because everything hurts so bad.
Yeah.
And I just would really like to like go out like sober, knowing not like, I don't know. Would you want to be like,
I wouldn't want to be in pain is my biggest
I
thing.
get that, but
That's all I'm
like
saying.
not even knowing anything to all of a sudden you're whipped away to, oh, snap.
If you live to be the age where you have dementia every day and stuff, I don't know if you're already so lost that you would even realize.
That's true, but
Can you? Yeah, sorry, the dog opened the window.
oh, this is gonna be the worst video ever with the whole.
It's fine. It turns out fine.
Hmm.
You did it before and it's fine.
It was darker out, but that's cool.
It
He's
was.
just like, hey, man.
No, it was the time we did it on the Saturday and it was the daytime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's all right. And it was really overcast and dark earlier, and then the sun came out for a while we were doing this, and now it's overcast again.
So I think that where we're gonna be and everything that's gonna happen, I need to get you a squirrel
Squirrel? Why?
because you squirrel a lot.
I was just reading a thing that I want to be a squirrel.
Okay. Well, on that note, let's pick up our nuts and get out of here.
All right. Just watch out for the taint.
Oh, I didn't think that was a steppable.
Oh. Ba-dum-bum.
It's the bridge to nowhere
Oh my gosh.
or the happiest place on earth.
This guy. Well,
All I got to say to that is bye.
and before you go, visit us on our social medias at Linktree/The Hills on Wheels, linktr.ee/The Hills on Wheels, no spaces.